The line is this clear. It's the children of the light, and that's your family, against the men of darkness. And the men of darkness have always prevailed. When Habuddin took me to the 13th step of the 13th pyramid, and I chewed upon the cosmic cookie, and I screeched with delight, because even the chairman of the board knew that when I got right, I would mount my offensive, and I have come back stronger than ever, because the Dalai Lama himself, on his deathbed, when he gave me the magic dust that you have not seen yet, but you will, along with the golden spike, the purple haze, Meha Singh, and myself, the end is coming near. Because the weakness that lies in you is right here. It's in your heart. You have a weak spot. Once you could have been one of us. Once you would have stood with us and ruled. But now, the weakness that you have is to show your children that you're a concerned parent. You're going to show them the right way to go? Well, these are my children. These are my possessions. These are the way. I am the way. I will be the way. And I will end your way of life that you know.
Paz. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. We're here for God Sent Vengeance, the new LP, dropping this Friday. So we're gonna listen to some joints, somewhat of a little listening session right here. Maybe I'll answer some questions if y'all have any. But yeah, primarily just here to discuss the new record. The last couple times we did this, went really well, so we figured we'll make it something we do a little bit more often. First LP in a minute. The last thing I dropped was the Jacinto's Praying Mantis EP, which was left of center. This is the third in a trilogy of the God trilogy, and it's the final one. So. God Sent Vengeance, Friday everywhere, and yeah, we're gonna sign some vinyl tonight. I think exclusive to for the store, and talk a little bit about the record and whatever y'all want to talk about, really.
Yeah, we got 50 copies that will be available, autographed copies that will be available at the store.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna sign 50 of these of the vinyl. It's here. I got a copy in front of me as well. I'm gonna send sign 50 while I'm here, and those will go in the store, and those are exclusive to the store. And I'm not gonna sign any more of the vinyl after that. So it is what it is once we sign them. But yeah, I'm excited for this record. I'm really happy with it. So I'm excited for y'all to hear it. It was I think the original plan was I'd always prefer to drop my records in the fall, October, November, just because that's my favorite part of the year, time of the year, season. But there was some fine tuning that need to be done, and rushing that's not how we work. So, we pushed it back a little bit in order to, iron out anything that needed to be ironed out. So I'm glad we did that rather than rush it. We've never been, keen on doing that and rushing anything. But yeah, it's if you go back historically and look, most of my joints drop in the fall. So that was the intent, but it wasn't ready. So here we are now in April, and we're ready to rock and roll with this one. Like I said, the 25th, this Friday. And yeah, we're all excited about it. The lead single and video, Head of David, y'all seem to love that joint. We dropped Battle Scars, Pharaoh Overlords with AOTP. We dropped that first, and then the first official joint was Head of David, produced by PD Punch. Battle Scars produced by my cool Gene, Danny Cayasso. So yeah, 2 joints that we hit y'all with early, and now it's time to give y'all the whole platter. So we're excited over here. Yeah.
Let's go to another song, Bill.
Shepherd's Rod.
Yeah, this joint's called Shepherd's Rod, produced by my man Hobgoblin. Yeah, this sets the record off. This came out really dope, so I'm really happy with everything, man. I'm excited for y'all to hear it.
I went over and looked at him, and I was just joking. I went, "This guy's dead," and I gave him a kick in the stomach, and he was dead. He was dead.
My brother thought we killed him. He goes, "What should we do? Like, should we hide the body or something?"
So anyway, he went and Donnie had a camera, and we went and we lied down. I lied down next to him. We all got around him. We took a bunch of pictures, like family pictures, and we're all going, and taking pictures and stuff. It was really funny, actually. And the paramedics came, and they were joking with us, and the coroner came. And they
jokes? Did you feel bad that the guy was dead?
No, not at all, because I hate painters.
Motherfuckers learned a tough lesson. I was stressing like a tough question. It couldn't possibly work. That's why motherfuckers popping the yerk. A true believer that shoots Selena. I was a student teacher for Dua Lipa. I threw the fever with blue sativa. I brought the Julius Caesar to Geneva. I got a shawty with a bang. Peace, Shay, how you living? Ramadan Kareem. And no collector with no reflector. I hold the vector, I hold the scepter. I had to slap a couple rappers. You stupid homie, you hustle backwards. You slippery over $100. Victory has 100 fathers.
He was just being Vinnie.
This crowd anticipating the entrance of Vinnie Paz. And here he comes.
Yeah, this is the upper echelon. Fibonacci sequence in a hexagon. Permittivity of the epsilon. Cybertron at the Decepticon. I took us food at the restaurant. Chili shooting for Esteban. Joe Henderson in the Tetragon. It's Clark Sickle everywhere I step upon. Capacitor, a veracitor. Don't make me come out my character. Holy terror, the Hallinger. Put the scalpel into your scapula. Bring the smoke, pour all of the noise. I got beams in the bump stocks, all of the toys. Dark hearts on a dark platter. Dark arts in a dark matter.
He was just being Vinnie.
This crowd anticipating the entrance of Vinnie Paz. And here he comes.
Yes, we're back. Shepherd's Rod, produced by my man Hobgoblin. Yeah, look, I can explain how I was putting the hook together in the lab, but I don't want to give away too much of what the samples were. But yeah, that was I was having difficulty with what to do on that hook. I didn't know what to do, and sometimes when I don't know what to do on the hook and the pressure comes in, sometimes the ideas come from that. So we were chopping up all those parts of people saying my name, and it was tricky. If you heard all the original parts, it would be pretty interesting to hear. But again, I'm not going to talk about what they are, where they came from. If you figure them out, that's cool, but we don't sample snitch over here. But yeah, I've been working with Hobgoblin a while now. He's worked on the last few records at least. So shout out to him. He's over in Europe. But yeah, definitely that hook was tricky. But once we found the rhythm of the samples, it became what it was, and now it's one of my favorite joints on there. But it was tricky at first because a lot of times when you're putting this together, these things obviously there's no rhythm to them. When someone's talking or saying your name, something like that, there's no rhythmic sense to them. So you have to find a way to put them in the pocket to create what you just heard. So yeah, that was those nights are always fun nights in the studio for me. They're the rhyming is one thing, but that aspect of it, of whether it's finding like samples, intro samples to songs, or finding stuff with the hooks that are original and creative and putting them together creatively. That shit's mad fun to do. I still get mad excited for finding that stuff, digging for that stuff, and when it all comes together, there's not many things that feel, that are that. There's just a sense of accomplishment when you start with something that's very chaotic, and out of the chaos create something like that. It's dope. So yeah, it was a mess when we were putting these samples into the session. It was a mess, and then slowly each part came together. And I remember at one point I told Scott, "Yo, this one that's here, let's move this from the tail end to the beginning, and switching them like right before we right before we settled on it." So it was really, that whole hook was actually originally backwards, and I was like, no, let's structure it this way. So yeah, it's just a little background on that joint.
We had a good question from Cody. How often are you absorbing other media with music in mind, be it for inspiration or to use as an intro or interlude in your own music?
All the time.
I guess you have to repeat the question.
Yeah, Cody asked if like how often when I'm absorbing other media am I sort of equating it to music and thinking, how can I use this in music? He was asking how often. It's all the time. All the time, constantly. I could be with anyone, anywhere. It could be family event. It could be, I could hear something, do a voice note or something into my phone, or write myself a note on the notes on the iPhone to use this. So it's constantly. It could be, I could be on the street. I could hear something. I could hear someone say something. If I hear something that could be a loop, I write it down. So it's really all that. It's constantly. The wheels are always turning when it comes to how anything could make its way onto, what we do here. Visually too, or with our merch or anything. I think it applies to us. It's just constant looking everywhere for constant inspiration and you know, how can this work into what we're doing? But yeah, always, all the time, all the time.
Let's play another song. What do you say?
Yeah, this is yo, big up Evidence, my brother. Evidence produced this. Actually, we recorded this a while ago. Similar, this hook took me a long time, and I wanted the hook to be so perfect because Ev laced me with this beat. So yeah, we'll let y'all listen to it, and maybe I could talk about the hook a little more when we come back.
Yeah. Yo, Ab, what it do? Come on, man. I'm out here, man. I'm outside. Fuck out there. Look. You better watch, cause they aiming at you well. Packing hammers and tossing, javelin, tracking bell. They buying Diet Coke for $500,000. King Mars is narcissist like a daffodil. This thing will slaughter the king daughter. Shorty order the spring water. You a pussy, you got a pink aura. I just bought a Marsburg and a Sting horror. If you clicking, then your energy rails. Tetrahedron, no pyramids and energy fields. Energy that's harvested where energy yells. It's a jungle warfare head, 70 cells. Alibaba consumed the ketamine. You a pinata that's darker than human centipede. Raise the dead, you can hear the horns of battery. Imitation is a serious form of flattery.
Now you could debate and try to fake, you ain't straight. Do I have to tell you that you whack time and time again?
When you write, your words must go like this. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, bim, bim.
Now you could debate and try to fake, you ain't straight. Do I have to tell you that you whack time and time again?
Each line must have its own power, its own feeling. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, bim, bim.
We out in Kamasi with bags. Say if could this is the salad that you had. I will cut back on you, I will hop in the jag. It's a flashbang, it'll turn a dime to a hack. Yeah, this is bars of death, writing with a knife. Rhyming like I'm on trial, fighting for my life. Lino LaBianca was invited to the light. The chopper switch gears like I'm riding on a bike. Yeah, you were singing, you were earthly. You ain't blaming nothing, motherfucker, you were turkey. Charlie was in Berkeley. The Marsburg Maverick turn your stomach to a Slurpee. Yeah, my Aki do the shooting first. It's only one sustainer of the universe. He took a two to the brain. Everything a boon or a bang.
Now you could debate and try to fake, you ain't straight. Do I have to tell you that you whack time and time again?
When you write, your words must go like this. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, bim, bim.
Now you could debate and try to fake, you ain't straight. Do I have to tell you that you whack time and time again?
Each line must have its own power, its own feeling. Bim, bim, bim. Bim, bim, bim. Writing must never be boring. Each line must be an entity unto itself. You gotta leave some words behind.
Yo, Ev, salute, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's Two Nights Force, produced by Evidence, Dilated People, Step Brothers. Y'all know Ev. Y'all know the time. Yeah, Ev and I have known each other forever. I've known Raka and Babu and Ev, Dilated, forever. We toured Europe together. That was a great tour. I did something for a Dilated record, and then Rock and Ev did something for the JMT record. So Ev and I just, we always clicked. And I just asked him to send some beats over, and he did. Everything he sent was incredible. But that particular one jumped out at me. So it was kind of in demo form for mad long. It was like one verse, no hook, no second verse. And it just stayed in demo form. And I loved the beat so much that I felt like, well, all right, when I finish this, I have to finish it properly, and it has to be top tier. So just to finish it wasn't an option. So I sort of let it come to me naturally. And when I did, so then I did a second verse. So then it was like, okay, this is a done song, but it needs a hook, and the hook needs to be dope. So again, sort of like Shepherd's Rod, I was finding these parts that I thought would fit, and then what happens there is, okay, I think this will work, but we have to make it has to sound as good as it does in my head, So basically, a lot of this stuff I put it together in my head, but it doesn't always play out that way until you're in the studio putting the things together. So some of this stuff wasn't landing right as the hook, and this, it was tricky. And again, we just worked on it until we thought that this is it now. This is perfect. And again, it's one of those moments where when the vision that you had up here manifests itself and works, it's what continues to motivate you to do this. It's the beauty of creating when it all comes together. There's no better feeling in the world. It's really unmatched. So it's when that happens, and then they end up becoming songs on your albums. It's like you could become addicted to it. It's very much, I'm definitely addicted to it. It's why I'm constantly making new music, because it's like you're chasing the dragon. You're chasing the dragon that addicts chase. But it's musical, you know what I mean? So it's, when it came together, I was so happy, you know what I mean? I was so excited to show it to Ev too, I remember like, all right, I'm not gonna send him the demos, because demo's a demo. But once I got it together, like, okay, and he was like, yo, this is crazy. So, I'm really, I look forward to working more with Ev. I'd love to do tons of stuff with Ev, but he's busy, of course, doing his thing. Out on the West Coast, working with everybody, doing beats for everybody, doing his solo records and stuff. But I look forward to linking up again soon. Big up, Ev. Hope you're well, man. Same with the Bambino.
Let's play another song.
Okay, what are we doing next, Billy? Time Travel Zero is produced by my man August Fanon. What up, August? Thanks for lacing me, man. He's an up and coming producer, but he's doing some big records. He's got a lot of good beats on good records right now. So, I'm blessed to work with him. We're gonna work again soon. I got a bunch of his beats in the tuck. So, this is called Time Travel Zero.
If you want to cut the time down, I'll say
What is this with everybody? What is it? Really? Why? I'm serious. Fucking A, man. It drives me nuts. Who gives a fucking shit how long a scene is?
Yeah. Look at me, man. Was you an idiot? Look. Yeah. The cookhouses, they ball the batch. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't be stupid. Pistol grip, red dots, all attached. All of that. I put the schwammy where he stores fat. Don't call him if he ain't calling back. Nah. If I have to drop a body, we all of that. You saw your brother talking and I saw a rat. You toss a blick and I toss it back. Boom, boom, boom. Stop it, I can walk it back. Walk it back a little bit. Gaddafi ordered the cost to crack. The water cold and the faucet black. Give him the chopper 40 and throw him back. What I call talking, you call a fact. It's not fact, I blew the whistle, my dog attacked. I'm moving, Aki, I bought a jack. I saw the trap and I'm on the map. Fuck out of here.
Just real quick, if you're wondering why I'm laughing every time we're coming from something, Irish Billy's off camera doing the what was his name? Shooter McGavin. So yeah, just don't think I'm a crazy person that just laughs because I'm a crazy person, but I don't just laugh out of out of the blue. Yo, a couple people were asking about this. They said, what's up with the Super 7 Vinnie Paz joint? Shout out to Super 7, but this is not a collab with them. This is us. This is our own action figure, Vinnie Paz action figure. We had a date locked in. We had everything locked in. But as most of you know, wherever you're at right now in the world, global politics and tariffs are crazy right now. I'm hearing 109%, 145% on tariffs. So what we're basically trying to do to not jack up the price for y'all is see what happens in the upcoming months with those tariffs. What's that?
Pick it up because it's out of focus. Pick it up.
Pick it up. This guy's bossing me around, guys. This is Southpaw Cannon, aka Box Cutter Pazzi. How you doing, pal? So yeah, look, we're just waiting it out. If we're not gonna wait it out forever. We just don't want to gouge anyone because that's the result of what's happening is is price gouging. If we were to just take it at because things come in from different places, whether it's the vinyl, whether it's things like action figures, whether it's merch, and what we're dealing with now is never wanting to gouge you guys in terms of, our fans, our supporters. So we're just weighing our options really, but it's coming and it's coming soon. And it's, we're not going to let it disrupt what we do here, but 145% or 109% or whatever these tariffs are crazy for everyone. And, the economy is what it is. The global economy is what it is. And we know that you don't have, disposable income to that point where you're paying double or triple for things. So we're just waiting it out, being smart about it, but it's coming. So yeah, we appreciate you asking about it. Yeah, what else you wanted me to talk about, Jan?
Play another song.
Rafiki Books.
Yeah, Rafiki Books. This produced by my man Sam Seed out of the UK. Yo, Sam, big up, my man. That's my guy right there. But yeah, this is one of those. Sometimes I'll get a beat that's just so weird, and it's your nature to say, all right, I kind of do something over here. This is my wave. This is what I stay on this wave. But I like when someone throws me a different wave. So that's definitely applies here. And big up to Esoteric for helping me out on this hook. Another one that I thought was deserving of something really weird, and Eso came through for me with the ideas and the way to put it together. So big up, my brother. I love you. But yeah, Rafiki Books, produced by Sam Seed. The title of the song, for those that know.
I'm the kind of person like don't cross me once, because if you do, then that's it. And if I have to keep coming in contact with you, then it will be violent. I'm not one who's shy away from violence. I'm not one who says I enjoy violence, but if violence has to be taken, it will be taken, and it will be taken to some very fatal, drastic measures. Meaning, if I was to come across something or someone and violence had to be dealt with, one of us wouldn't make it to the next morning. And so far, I'm still here.
Yeah. 3 Gazi on 3 horses. You can't get strength from weak sources. Snipers on steep gorges. Hexameters and speed gorges. I call my Aki the tankle move. Run the jewelry and yank us full. All blue racks in the stove hot. I saw GDs take Shahada over old block. Moving barrels, moving the bricks. It's 4 words for you, homie, you was a bitch. Siddiqui is my co-defendant. Sleep has no direction. The tidal rise and biosigns. Somebody check his vital signs. Mojave in the faint whisper. The jungle is a shapeshift.
Burners like Battlestar Galactica. I'll find out for sure. Cold red, we setting off alarms. We bear arms. Burners like Battlestar Galactica. I'll find out for sure. Cold red, we setting off alarms.
Yeah. If I need Adobe, I'm seeing Tony. You don't know what beef is, homie. You beef Peroni. The streets are smoky as Peter Opie. Batista Doney and feed the pony. Red dot circle on the eye. Motherfuckers paranoid circle in the block. I used the blood and I painted it. My man Los did a couple bullets out in Graterford. Never again. My shorty is like a Twin Peaks Sherilyn Fenn. Horseshoe, Tenafad, General Chen. Doing 23 on 1 when you sent to the pen. Unless your man make a stand and he ain't your man. I was taught to take a stand, never take the stand. An old genius, a young master. Hungry dogs run fast.
Burners like Battlestar Galactica. I'll find out for sure. Cold red, we setting off alarms. We bear arms. Burners like Battlestar Galactica. I'll find out for sure. Cold red, we setting off alarms.
Shooter McGavin. Yo, what up? All right. So it appears that people are asking about a new AOTP. So I'll try to be as what's the word here? Transparent as I can be. Look, everyone's on board. Everyone's in. We started, Battle Scars from my record sort of, not launch the idea. The idea like never goes away. It's just really timing and other, it's so many moving parts when you have so many people involved. So yes, we everyone's in. The timetable is what it is, There's probably 5, 6, 7 joints that have been worked on in some form. There's joints that Reef rapped on. There's joints that I rapped on. There's joints that SO rapped on. There's joints, that Self rapped on. So really, it's just a matter of us carving out the time, which we've been doing. It's just like, we don't want to give y'all a date or say it's dropping at this point until I feel it takes, when it starts taking shape, I or all of us will be able to tell you, okay, we have this many joints. We're wrapping it up. we're starting to mix. You know what I mean? But as of now, there's, you know, a bunch of songs, a bunch of beats. You have mad beats that are incredible picked out. I think the folder of beats has like 56 beats that were trimmed down from a couple hundred that were all like, all right, we all love these. So it's really like who's on what, and getting everyone's time together because, you know, people are dealing with family stuff and kids being back in school and all of that. You know, most of the fellas is married. I think basically at this point, I think everyone has kids in the group. And like I said, mostly everyone's married. So you like have to take care of all that. Some of the fellas have, you know, like regular jobs, which is obviously their first priority, you know, to take care of that and their family first. So there's moving parts, but it's absolutely been started and, you know, it's in the works and everyone's on board. So that's what I got for y'all. You know, if you have specific questions, feel free to ask them. But, you know, that's where we're at with that. You know, we're chipping away at it. And when it's ready, you know, it's ready.
Somebody asked the question of what would you tell your younger self who was in Philly, like just selling mixtapes and, you know, hustling your way up? Like, what did you envision for yourself back then?
Okay, so you want me to kind of repeat the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asked, what would I tell my younger self? You know, the kid that was, you know, trying to sell tapes or, you know, battling, trying to get on. Look, man, I'm not really big on, I wish this happened, I wish that happened, I wish I had done this differently. Of course, there are periods of time where I could say that, but to tell that young kid, yo, man, those were such amazing times for me, and you know, us trying to get signed by a major and the rejection letters, it helped form what we're doing today. And when I say today, I'm not even saying that, you know, in a roundabout way. I mean, literally today. We're in our office today talking about a record from our label. So it's like, you know, when those labels weren't really trying to have it because I was a kid, you know, and then the labels that were offering us deals were crazy, and we would have got robbed, you know. We eventually did sign a deal. We eventually did sign a bad deal, you know. But all of those things, all of them were necessary. So it necessitated the last 15 years, which have been so fruitful, whether it's like touring the world multiple times, every continent, making records, you know, our merch being this thing that it became, you know, rather than just selling a shirt on tour to a store that we're proud of, to, you know, to nationwide tours, to having amazing representation as far as booking agents, you know, and people that become our friends, to, you know, the great people at Main Factor that we work with now with our merch, to running, you know, Iron Tusk and JMT Store and Enemy Soil and all of that. It all led to that. So I would just tell that kid, everything's gonna be okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. And the fact that you're not taking no for an answer and that you don't have a plan B will eventually be the reason that you're successful. That's what I would tell that kid.
Got another song?
What are we doing, Billy?
Perfect Enemy.
Perfect. All right, this joint's called Perfect Enemy, produced by my little brother C Lance. Look, there's a possibility this might be the next single. We're not 100% sure yet because the record didn't drop yet, and there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of questions that will be answered over the next 5 days once y'all hear it, because as of right now, nobody's heard it but us. Possibility a second single, maybe it'll be the third single. We don't know, but me and my man Jan particularly really dig this song, so we've kicked around the idea of it being a single and a video. We'll see though. That'll really come down to y'all, because at the end of the day, we listen to y'all.
Whoever makes wudu and goes to sleep, an angel will reside with him in his bed, and when he wakes up, the angel will ask Allah to forgive him. Yeah. Come on, B, what are you kidding? Fuck out here.
Yeah. Tony Bandetta with the Waldorf, blow the doors off. Roy DeMayo with the sword off. Two bitches at the Vaughn car. These dope boys carry water like a sawhorse. It's hot out here, I'm sweating my balls off. A Filipino shorty in a lawn cloth. The gunshot here, I took the gauze off. Hector Guerrero and Paul Orndorff. Iron lung and papatito. You want beef, I ground beef like patalillo. Temperaturo frio. I had a Whop Amigo and I'm a deal. The 85 Burgundy clean. If a motherfucker talking, he should learn what it means. My solution for the ops. The constitution of an ox, yeah.
My enemies is lying, dying, I know. Nobody with 9 to 5 where I go. It go eye for eye, we gon' ride the 9. No lie, I could die tomorrow. My enemies is lying, dying, I know. Nobody with 9 to 5 where I go. It go eye for eye, we gon' ride the 9. No lie, I could die tomorrow.
Yeah. 6 hammers and fish platters. You focus on the dunya and act like the shit matters. I play the corner like Chris Harris. It's Louis on Champs-Élysées and I miss Paris. Motherfucker switch they tone. My Aki looking at 20 and he just came home. It's over now, you could get poked in the crowd. Move quiet, everything we smoking is loud. Boomerang, my man in New York. That shit is dead, everything you planning is chalk. This motherfucker 40 buying Zans in the park. It's nighttime and only time we wham in the dark. Jamie fell in love with the plug. It's a broomstick, I'ma sweep it under the rug. Aviators and wallabies. Decorate the mahogany.
My enemies is lying, dying, I know. Nobody with 9 to 5 where I go. It go eye for eye, we gon' ride the 9. No lie, I could die tomorrow. My enemies is lying, dying, I know. Nobody with 9 to 5 where I go. It go eye for eye, we gon' ride the 9. No lie, I could die tomorrow.
Remove all hatred in your heart for anyone every night before bed.
I could die tomorrow.
As this was the sunnah, means of protection during the night.
We gon' ride the 9, no lie, I could die tomorrow.
Shooter McGavin, thank you. What up, what up? All right, what am I talking about, Jan? Oh, yeah, that's C Lance. That's little bro. Yeah, look, man, sometimes I like to sing. No, that hook came out well. Shit is catchy. So, yeah, I had the melody, but the melody always comes first, and then you have to figure out, all right, what's what are the lyrics gonna be for this? So, yeah, but I'm really happy with how that joint came out, and
How
Yeah.
did some of the features come together on this record?
Uh,
I know we're not planning the features. You want to talk about some of the
yeah. Well, so yeah, Megaton Swords. That's what Capadonna. My man Mighty Healthy produced that. As soon as I heard it, I was like, "Yo, this is some 36 Chambers shit." So as soon as I heard it, and I wrote to it, I was like, I gotta reach out to one of the Wu brothers. You know, like it's only right. This sounds like, you know, the mid sounds like some mid '90s Wu RZA shit. So I'm actually Capadonna's brother, Boom Lounge Low. That's my man. So I hit him up at the time. Wu was on tour. I think they were doing the New York State of Mind tour with Nas. I think they were in Europe.
They did a show in the Olympics in France.
Well, yeah, they were doing something related to the Olympics in France, I think, when it came to get. So Boom was like, yeah, Cap's down, but he's at the Olympics. I was like, all right, man, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, the Olympics are more important, but yeah. So Boom, that's my man. Yo, Boom, what up? You know, I know Cap from touring and you know, touring with the Wu as far as like, I think it was 2007, you know, but I've known, you know, a few of those guys for over 20 years or whatever. But of course, I'm gonna go to Boom, you know, because his brother. So Boom hooked that up as far as the Megaton Swords joint, and Cap went crazy on there. So y'all gonna hear this, you know, this week on Friday. Yeah, Young Buck. You know, Young Buck, formerly a G Unit. Buck's one of my favorite rappers. Always has been since then. It's been well over 20 years. Billy, we spoke to Buck before, right? A couple albums ago it was supposed to happen. Sometimes things, it's timing. Everything's always timing. There was something Buck was supposed to dance on a while back, and it was just a timing thing. And I was like, yo, timing will, you know, the timing will work out. And I think when we reached out to Buck again, when I had Billy reach out to Buck again, we couldn't track him down. And I think that led me to hitting C. Lance and saying, yo, do you have updated info for Buck? And he was like, I actually do. And he reached out to Buck, and Buck's like, yeah, we spoke before, which, you know, that all, you know, it snowballed. And that's one of my favorite songs on the record. I'm excited for y'all to hear that. I'm definitely excited for y'all to hear that. All Guns, Full Ammo featuring Onyx. That might be the hardest joint on the record. C. Lance on the beat. Yeah, I just reached out to Dro and Stick. I was like, yo, like, again, dudes, you know, Onyx, one of my favorite groups of all time. We've been talking about doing something together. Again, a lot of times, you know, with these joints, with a feature, you know, a collab, it's not something that just was sparked this time out. It's people that we might have said, we got to work together maybe 10 years ago. It's like this whole industry revolves around timing. You know what I mean? Because those guys are busy. They tour a lot, and I'm busy, and I was nonstop on the road for mad years, better part of, you know, 2-3 decades, nonstop touring. So sometimes it just, you have to wait for things to fall in place, and it fell in place. You know, Onyx went crazy on there. C. Lance went crazy on the beat. Sacrificio de Muerte with my man Sick Jackin. That's my brother. So it was really, Jack was in Spain working on a record. I'm not positive, so don't quote me on this. He's definitely doing an all Spanish record, but I'm not sure if the joint he asked me to be on was on that. I'm not positive. But I did a joint for Jack and then said, Jack, can you, I'm gonna send you something over for my record too. So that's Sacrificio de Muerte with Jack. we're just, me and Jack, that's my brother outside of rap. You know what I'm saying? So those type of joints, you know, that's not even work to put together. You know, same thing with joints with Ill Bill and Gore, you know, Lord Goat. Those things, just we're always just working together constantly on each other's projects, you know. So that's, again, it's like in my brain I don't even process it as features because you're just working with your brothers, you know what I mean? Napoleon the Legend is someone I had been a fan of. Him and I had been talking back and forth for years, and he asked me to you know, get on a record with him. And I don't do features ever, but you know, yeah. So don't ask me if I do features or how much I charge. It doesn't matter. I don't do them. But yeah, I'm a fan of Napoleon. You know, and as we talked and we clicked, and I liked him as a human being. You know, and an MC because I was a fan first. You know what I'm saying? So he jumped on the record, and again, applying to brotherhood, you know, Noise Drug with Boo Bronx and Recognize Ali, it's the same thing there that it is with Bill and Gore, Ill Bill and Lord Goat. It's just like we just, you know, constantly working on each other's stuff. You know, those are my little brothers, Boo and Ali. So yeah, typically it's like, with guys like that, it's just we're always working on music together. You know what I'm saying? But someone like Buck, I don't know Buck well. You know, I've spoken to him a couple times. With Cap, Boom, his brother is like my brother. So again, that wasn't hard. Same with, you know, Evidence doing the beat. These are people that through so many years of the industry that, you know, you eventually just, you get to know these people via touring, festivals, mutual friends, etc. You know, so it becomes it's a brotherhood, and within that brotherhood, you always are saying to each other, "Yo, we gotta cook, and there's still more people that applies to. That'll be on records that I, you know, continue to make. But that's really how, you know, the easiest way I could explain like how, you know, joints with features come together. It's like in some form or fashion, you know, we know each other, and it's just really about putting it together.
Let's play the last song of the night.
What are we gonna play, Irish Billy?
Heavy Change.
Yeah, this joint's called Heavy Change, Endorphin Beats. Again, a while back I said something about Rafiki Books being a little bit, you know, left of center to what I do. You would definitely put this in that category. Heavy Chains, it's not something you would typically expect to hear from me, but off rip, I love the beat and wanted to do something with it. And like some of the things I told you before, it was one verse. I didn't know what to do. I was confused because the mechanics, the mechanics in which I'm rhyming are different. They're difficult. It's not always 4/4s and stuff like that. Sometimes it's 2/4s. Sometimes the mechanics are different, and I was, yo, what am I gonna do with the beat? The second verse, am I gonna keep the same mechanics? How are we gonna work on this hook? But the more challenging the song is, and it's in its early stages, usually come out to be the best songs. So yeah, I hope y'all dig it.
Yeah. Who's you, B? You gambling with your life. You gambling with your life, man. Stop playing. How many y'all I help, y'all push to the side? All of y'all knew I was better, I took it in stride. If y'all need something to blame, y'all should look at your pride. Y'all should look at your lies. Y'all gambling with your life, y'all don't know no better. I survived and I was thriving in the coldest weather. I broke my mama's heart another cold December. Why it's all the good shit that I did for y'all don't remember. You mad I had a different vision. You was talking crazy, now you crazy if you think that shit's forgiven. You could end up as a missing person. You motherfuckers is lucky that I'm a different person. I will mix a lot until I zone hard. Trust an unknown future to a known God. Homie, you don't wanna go to war, it's ugly. You should be happy that I ain't call my uncle. I'm afraid of me. Wash away sins, let it rain on me. I got these chains on me. Wanna walk away, but it stains on me. I'm afraid of me. Wash away sins, let it rain on me. I got these chains on me. Wanna walk away, but it stains on me. Yeah. Watch how you talk to the man of the house. If y'all really wanted peace, we could hammer it out. Why you only do your talking when cameras is out? You should handle your mouth. You motherfuckers let the hatred blind you. You need to tighten up and put the hate behind you. Don't make me have my ace remind you. I had motherfuckers looking for you when I knew the place to find you. I gave you grace. Homie, you being honorable, be a change of pace. My hockey wants you laid to waste. You don't wanna get messy, it had me change the stakes. What type of time is that? It ain't no decorum, where your mama at? You motherfuckers would take the stand. Beware the wrath of a patient man. I'm afraid of me. Wash away sins, let it rain on me. I got these chains on me. Wanna walk away, but it stains on me. I'm afraid of me. Wash away sins, let it rain on me. I got these chains on me. Wanna walk away, but it stains on me.
You were on go mode on that one. Indeed, no doubt. All right, y'all, what up? We're wrapping up. Look, new joint drops on Friday. 18 joints. God Sent Vengeance. Obviously going to be on all streaming platforms, wherever you get your music. Most of the people in this room here are into physical products, such as these CDs and vinyl. The variant, is this the other variant? I can't see in front of it, or no? Okay, so we don't have the other one with us tonight. It's black and red, right? Like blood splattered almost. I actually saw that when I gave Scott a copy at the studio. They look real dope. This is my first time seeing this one tonight. This looks incredible too. So yeah, we have hats at the store. I'm on my Ron Popeil shit, crazy Pazzy. Everything must go. The prices are insane. JMT hoodies. What's up with these, John?
Yeah, we still got some of those left.
All right, we got a couple of these left. Yeah, they're not going to be around for a long time, and once they're gone, they're gone.
More jackets left too.
Yeah, a few more of these, y'all. We're not doing these again. These are look, they're inspired. These are the Grandma Mas. These are inspired by y'all know what they're inspired by. They're the Larry Johnson joints. So look, we're not doing them again. There's a few left of them. There's a few left of the hoodies. Then that's that. We have these hats, of course. Like I said, the vinyl variants. The other one is black and red. I saw that one at the studio. It looks incredible. This is my first time seeing this one. This is incredible. Yeah, there's
Action figure on the way.
the action figure's on the way, y'all. Like I said, you know, some global politics, not us. There's look, t-shirts. Jan, should I bring up the other thing that's being held up now, or should I hold off?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Look, we're dropping a sneaker, man. Everything was full motion until this happened, and it's affecting both the action figure and the sneaker, but they're coming. So we have that. There's t-shirts over there, jmtstore.com. There's t-shirts there. There's hoodies. Scully's, everything. Music's there, vinyl, tapes, CDs, mixtapes, which, so yeah, man. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know the quality of the products we put out. And really excited for y'all to hear the new record, as I always am. This is my life. This is my love. This is what I do. And every time a record drops and I get to hear from y'all, it's a blessing, and I'm reminded how blessed I am. So, yeah, jmtstore.com, new record on Friday, y'all. God Sent Vengeance, and we're gonna take y'all out with Head of David. The video's up on YouTube now. All right, y'all. Thanks for rocking with us tonight. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We'll see y'all soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Vinnie P, B.
Vinnie Paz.
It's no fucking games out here. Yeah. Look. Yeah. God take it, then God give it. Full clip, I ain't stopping till I finish. I ain't stopping. That Robert Looms is not British. One call, I get it popping in 5 minutes. Let's get it popping. The ward separated from the limbs. The sword compensated for the sins. Tribe of Benjamin saw the well. Alhamdulillah. I tripped over my garment's tail. It's one way in and it's no out. It's no out. Whenever there's doubt, there's no doubt. It's no doubt. From the bottom to the top, 10 toes down, homie, solid as a rock. This the dean, this is discipline. Homie, I'm a motherfucking law-abiding citizen. I was never for threats. Bitter pills have blessed effects.
Vinnie Paz.
Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man.
Vinnie Paz.
Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man.
Yeah, face the totems and sacred oceans. Nascent omens and ancient Romans. The grace of Odins, the great Samoans. The gates is open, the great erosions. Monophonic sound and a lot of brown. He wore a cosmic crown in a godless town. I popped around and I shot him down. That shit was hopping like Sonny Brown. I saw Ragusa at war with Luca. I off Medusa, the sword of Musa. I had to fly my shooter from Brahmaputra. This the atomic string of the Kama Sutra. Motherfuckers' face will get melt. I got OGs still put their name on their belt. Salute them, OG. Who's supplying your supplier? Dying embers can start a fire.
Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man.
Vinnie Paz.
Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man. Bad man, the real bad man.
Bad man.
The real bad man.
Stop.